Everyone loves to point to low interest rates as the reason commercial real estate took off after COVID.
The U.S. Federal Reserve is dropping federal interest rates to near zero and is pumping hundreds of billions of dollars into the economy.
The Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates today amid fears about the coronavirus outbreak. The Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq all fell into correction territory last week.
But that's only part of the story. In reality, it was a perfect storm, and interest rates were just the spark, not the fire. From early 21, call it January, through August 2022, commercial real estate values skyrocketed. Multifamily assets were trading at record low cap rates. Industrial properties were going for eye-watering premiums. Even retail made a surprising comeback. But here's the truth. This wasn't just a low-rate rally. It was driven by three powerful forces: liquidity, psychology, and a flood of capital chasing yield. So what happened from January 21 to mid-2022? Well, from early 21 to mid-22, commercial real estate values surged across nearly every asset class. Multifamily cap rates dropped below 4% in core markets, which is crazy. Industrial real estate became white hot, with some distribution centers trading below 3.5 caps. We've never seen that before. Even sectors left for dead, like retail and suburban office, started to bounce back. But why did this happen? The world was reopening, pent-up demand exploded, and capital was everywhere. There was this collective urgency to deploy cash. And in that environment, commercial real estate became the go-to asset. It was tangible, income-producing, and resilient. But this boom wasn't just about low interest rates. It was also driven by a huge amount of money flooding into the real estate markets, more than we'd ever seen before, and a wave of investor confidence and urgency. The Fed dropped interest rates to basically zero, but they didn't just stop there. They also started buying bonds and injecting massive amounts of cash into the financial system. Meanwhile, the government sent out stimulus checks, extended unemployment benefits, and gave out loans to businesses. That added up to trillions of dollars flooding the economy. And all that money, it had to go somewhere. Banks started lending again. Investors had more cash than they knew what to do with it. Private equity firms and institutional funds were under pressure to buy assets and put money to work. So yeah, borrowing was cheap, but more importantly, there was a ton of money chasing a limited amount of supply. That's what really drove up property values. Not just interest rates, but the sheer amount of capital flooding into the market created intense competition. It became a race to buy before someone else did, and that pushed pricing up. So yeah, debt was cheap, but more importantly, capital was aggressive. Underwriting loosened, bridge debt and interest-only loans returned. That sheer abundance of capital created a lending frenzy in the commercial real estate market. Then came the psychology. After a once-in-a-century pandemic, there was widespread fear of inflation and distrust in the dollar. Cash felt risky. Investors were looking for something stable, something physical, something real, something to go out and touch. And commercial real estate checked all those boxes. The narrative shifted from defense to offense. Real estate offered yield, tax benefits, and perceived safety. That's when fear of missing out kicked in.
Oh man, I am having some serious house FOMO right now.
People, they weren't just buying for cash flow, they were buying to avoid missing out on the run-up. Confidence, it surged, and in commercial real estate, confidence drives pricing. Suddenly, investors were underwriting growth, compressing their exit caps, and justifying aggressive bids based on future upside. Capital didn't just trickle in, it flooded the market. Institutional investors accelerated allocations. Sovereign wealth funds targeted U.S. core real estate. REITs recapitalized. Family offices looked for yield. And foreign buyers, they came back into the market, viewing U.S. assets as a safe haven amid global volatility. Transactional volume soared. In 2021, U.S. commercial real estate investment hit a record $809 billion. Industrial saw bidding bidding wars. Multifamily was trading at sub 4s. In a second-tier market, even underperforming retail assets found demand from value-add buyers searching for upside. The velocity, competition, and pricing power were all driven by the sheer amount of capital in the system, not just low rates. So what's the real lesson here?
Fagmo, have you learned your lesson yet? Puke!
Yes, low interest rates made deals easier, but they didn't make the market boom on their own. The real drivers were liquidity, investor psychology, and an unprecedented wave of capital looking for yield, inflation protection, and stability. Cheap debt had opened the door, but fear of missing out and financial firepower just kicked the door wide open. So what's the lesson? What do you need to take away from this? In commercial real estate, interest rates matter, but context matters more. It's not just the cost of money, it's the urgency behind it. I'm Brandon Michaels. I've helped hundreds of individuals reach their financial goals. I'm here to help you understand the market beyond the headlines. Hit like, subscribe, and stick around because the next chapter when rates started rising changed everything.